Hello, my people. Good day to you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever time zone you're listening to this, thank you for tuning in every single day to join me on Daily Mind Shifts. My name is Michael Ujola from Mindset Transformation Africa. And on today's episode, I want us to talk about being exceptional, all right? I just want us to deliberate and advise each other on being exceptional. Let me anchor today's episode on this statement. You cannot become exceptional without first giving yourself permission to be the exception. You cannot become exceptional without first giving yourself permission to be the exception. That is the anchor statement for today. Let me ask you this. Have you ever looked at someone who has achieved remarkable success and wondered, how did they do it? How did they do it? We often think there's some secret formula or hidden talent that these sets of exceptional individuals that they have, do you understand, that sets them apart. And I'm not saying they might not be, but what if I told you that the key to their success lies in something much simpler, like they just give themselves permission to be different, all right? They give themselves permission to stand out. They give themselves permission to be the exception. And that's exactly what I want you to also do. That's exactly what I'm doing. That's exactly what I'm advising you to do. Be the exception. You cannot be exceptional without being the exception. Do you understand me? Think about it. Every innovator, every leader, every successful individual, every trailblazer in history had to break away from the norm. They had to defy expectations. They had to embrace the uniqueness that makes them themselves. Do you understand? They had to embrace their own uniqueness. They didn't wait for permission for others to pursue their dreams. No. They did not wait for anybody to unleash their potential. No, they gave themselves the green light. They gave themselves the permission to be different. They gave themselves the permission to challenge the status quo. They gave themselves permission to chart their own path. And that's exactly what I'm encouraging you to do, because that's exactly what I'm encouraging myself to do. So, what does it mean to give yourself permission to be the exception? What does it mean to give yourself permission to be the exception? It's about letting go of the need for external validation. It's about trusting your own inner voice. It's about embracing your strengths, embracing your weirdness, embracing your unconventional ideas. Even if they go against the grain, even if they are not what society will also always approve, so far it is not immoral, so far it is something that is valuable, embrace it. It's about owning your own story, all right? It's about refusing to conform to society's limiting beliefs about who you should be or what you should do. That is you giving yourself permission to be the exception. Do you understand me? Own your story. See, I cannot tell your story the way you will tell your story. That is why I'm saying you need to learn how to own your story. You need to learn how to refuse to conform to society's limiting beliefs. You need to learn that. Do you understand? Don't let people confine you to their own expectation. I'm not saying you shouldn't listen. I'm not saying you shouldn't take advices, but do not be confined, because people will judge you based on their failure. People will judge you based on their abilities. People will judge you based on how far they can go, not how far you can go. So you need to learn how to judge yourself by how far you can go. You need to learn how to give yourself permission to be the exception. Do you understand? No. So you might be thinking that it's not easy to break free. I know that it's not easy. You don't know my mom. You don't know my dad. Oh, you've not met my parents. You've not met my boss and all that shit. I understand that. Do you understand? I know it's not easy to break free from this herd mentality, this mass marketing mentality, and stand alone in your conviction. It's not easy. Believe me, it's not easy. As someone that has decided to do some things it's not easy, and it sometimes can be a very lonesome way to live. Sometimes it can be a very lonely way to live. But here is the truth: Greatness lies on the other side of fear. Greatness lies on the other side of uncertainty. By giving yourself permission to be the exception, you open yourself up to infinite possibilities. You open yourself up to be able to unleash your full potential. And that is exactly what I want you to do. Give yourself permission. Give yourself permission so that you'll be able to see what you are even capable of, so that you'll be able to experience your full potential. See, growing up, most of us have always been the odd one out. Do you understand? You did not fit in to the typical mold of success that society prescribed. So instead of conforming, you embrace your uniqueness, you pursue your passion relentlessly. Whatever you want to do is what you do. See, was it easy? No, it was not easy. And that is why you are you. That is why you are changing the world in your own little way. That is why you are building the community you are building. It wasn't easy. See, there are plenty of doubters along the way. They will doubt you the way they doubt me. They will always doubt every great person was doubted, even by their family. They had to learn how to prove other people wrong. They have to learn how to prove themselves right. By giving yourself permission to be the exception, you carve your own path. Just like I'm doing. You carve your own path. You find success on your own terms. Just like I'm doing, just like most successful people have done and they are still doing. You carve your own path. You find success on your own terms. You can do the same. Whether you are an aspiring entrepreneur, whether you are an aspiring musical artist or creative artist or whatever artist you call yourself, whether you are an aspiring leader, you need to remember this, that you have the power to redefine what is possible for you. You have that power to redefine whatever it is that is possible for you. And it all starts with you giving yourself permission to be different. You give yourself permission to fail. You give yourself permission to learn. You give yourself permission to grow. Do not allow fear to hold you back from pursuing your dreams, all right? Do not allow fear to do that to you. Embrace your individuality. Watch as the world opens up to you in ways you never thought is possible. But until you embrace your uniqueness and your individuality, it's difficult for us to see you are just the same like everybody else. So I want to leave you with this challenge. All right, take a moment to reflect on your life and identify areas where you've been holding yourself back. And ask yourself this: are there dreams you've been afraid to pursue? Are there goals you've been hesitant to chase? It is time for you to give yourself permission to be the exception, all right? It is time for you to go after what sets your soul on fire. That is what I'm challenging you to do today. That is what I'm trying to drive home this point to you today. What have we been talking about? You cannot become exceptional without first giving yourself permission to be the exception. Within the word exceptional is exception, so you cannot become exceptional without giving yourself permission to be the exception. So as we wrap up today's episode, I want to remind you that you are capable of much more than you think you are capable of. All right, you are capable of much more. You are capable of achieving anything that you set your mind to do. So far you put in the work, so far you put in the network, so far you connect with people that will help you going forward. Do you understand me? So it's important for you to first believe that you are capable. First believe that you are capable of achieving anything that you set your mind to do. But it all starts with believing in yourself, all right? It all starts with embracing your own uniqueness. It all starts with giving yourself permission to be the exception. So go ahead. Give yourself permission to be the exception. Give yourself permission to be unique. Give yourself permission to succeed. Give yourself permission to change your world. Give yourself permission to change your community. Give yourself permission to succeed. Give yourself permission to be that business person. Give yourself permission to spread your wings and fly. Give yourself permission and watch as your life transforms in ways you never thought possible. So thank you for tuning in every single day to Daily Mind Shift. Remember to share this episode with people so that they will also be inspired. They will also be empowered. Until next time, Keep shifting your mind.